Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this week I have an interesting dish for you. A lot of leftover stuff from all the stuff I've cooked. So I decided instead of throwing them away, I'm going to turn it into a nice dish. A little potato cheese ball. So I boiled some potatoes, I mashed them up, added a little bit of spices, a little bit of olive oil, and then I wanted to turn it into a potato dough like I've done in the past. But I didn't want to just use flour. Actually I was using flour, and then I was like, hold on a second. I have like cornmeal and breadcrumbs that I made because I make my own breadcrumbs. I was like, I have all these leftovers. Let me use those alongside the flour instead of just using flour entirely, and maybe the taste will be interesting. So I decided to use all three of them instead of just the flour. So here I'm dicing up my filling. So my filling will be cherry tomatoes and bell peppers. You can use whatever filling you want. These are just what I had leftovers. I decided to use them. You can use whatever vegetables you have as leftover. And then this is optional because the dish should already be pretty spicy because of the spices we put in the potato dough, but I decided to add a little bit more. You don't have to add those spicy things. So here's the potato dough. As you see, it's looking, pretty doughy. So I'm going to take a little piece, roll it up, and then flatten it out. And then after I flatten it out, I'm going to stretch it out because, well, there's two reasons here. One reason to stretch it out is that the cheese ball will be bigger, so you want it to be big. And second, you do not want the dough to be really thick because as you're cooking it, the heat will actually cause it to expand, and then it's going to be really hard to cook. The outside will get fried and the inside will be raw, so you really want to stretch it out and make it thin. Not paper thin, but pretty thin. Just know that when you're cooking it's going to expand. And then I'm going to add in my filling, including the cheese. Now I only put in a little stick of cheese. I didn't really weigh it. It was probably like 20 grams of mozzarella cheese, maybe at that. Because I was like, this is going to be a lot of calories. Originally the plan was to add like double that, but I went with half. If you don't care, you can double it, whatever. So now it's time to deep fry. When you're deep frying, make sure you're deep frying probably on medium heat. Don't go full on blazing high heat because then you're gonna end up frying it on the outside and inside will be raw. I've had that happen to me before where I'm like, let's deep fry something and then it's still raw. And then if you're not sure though, you can always take a little toothpick, poke it through, and when it comes out clean, you know it's done. Although some cheese might come out, but that's fine if it's melted cheese. So this is how they were looking after I deep fried them, and I wasn't a fan because they look like dried up coconut husks. So I decided to take it one step further. I chopped them in half and then I fried them from the bottom. And the cheese, it was already melted, but it really, as you can see, the cheese really like caramelized. And then I decided to rain some garnishing on top. A little bit of the filling was left over. I put that on top as well. And the dish came out really good. Looks really good, first of all. For the amount of effort that you put into it, which is not a lot, it comes out looking really good and also tastes really good. So if you ever have leftovers and you want to impress some people with your cooking, you can totally make this. Make those people eat your leftovers and they're gonna think you're an amazing chef. That's a win-win for you, buddy. Nice and easy, but more importantly, nice and lazy.